Shri Matre Namaha, Shri Rama Raksha, Sarva Jagat Raksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us on bringing out this sacred content to you all. I'm offering a paid consultation or guidance service through email. If you want to avail it, you can mail me at vibehirights@gmail.com. Soon I'm going to offer the counseling sessions through phone also, and if you're interested you can mail me. I'll let you know when will I offer that. Okay, so now we'll continue in the series of Rishi identity of consciousness, and previously I've made some videos about the Rishi. If you did not listen to that, go listen to them. So now I've talked about multiverse. So why I talked about the multiverse, this download I got today only, like just few hours before I was about to record this. So I've realized some things about myself only. Now in this okay, I don't know why I said love. Okay, so now okay, it's funny but yeah, now here the thing about this is you I always in my videos I talked about the multiverse concept. So these Rishi beings, they are like I have told you, like some, if you are about to awaken your ascended master self and you are already done with the Rishi in the previous lifetimes, then also you will be going through the Rishi identity of consciousness in this lifetime. And also they are like some multiversal being who have done their work already on the earth and they got the liberation and all these things, and they come again onto the earth because they are Rishi Resha ascended master identity of consciousness. They've done their work. They don't even have need. They've already they got the pass for the multiverse, and they are they got the passport for their star system, for their original home. They have already been there. They have already completed their ascension journey, and they are already in their original home. But still, they, out of love, compassion, or some purpose, either the source consciousness will send them to the earth again, or they will choose that they will be helping the humanity during the particular point of time. So what will happen is they will come back again. Okay, and their starting point will be Rishi identity of consciousness. So because they have done everything already previously, and they just don't have mostly they don't have a personal improvement and purification. Most of the thing for them will revolve around the purpose only. So that is the biggest clue for them. So whatever purpose they are going to do in their incarnation timeline, or in the incarnation lifetime, their entire story, their entire life they will be triggered so that or they will be wounded for them to be prepared for the purpose which they are going to do later. So it's like the soul plan which they're already planning before their incarnation, that they have already completed the journey, but because they have a specific purpose and specific mission to do on the earth, they will design their life so difficultly or such that they will be trained with the help of those triggers or wounds. They will be trained, okay, to because as you get triggered or wounded, you will heal your wounds, or you will be, because of the triggers, you will try to look within yourself, or you will be awakened. And that is a process, that is a way for them to get awakened and move towards their purpose. So it's like they are challenging, they are putting all these things for themselves. They put some kind of challenging people in their life, so that triggering people in their life, or people who always hurt them or wound them in their life, so that they can evolve further and move towards their purpose. So whatever the lessons or the challenges or wounds or triggers they got in their entire life, all that thing they will realize later that all those things were preparing them for the purpose which they are going to do on earth later in their life. So for example, if they have to do some kind of a purpose, so all the things which they have gone through in their entire life, all those episodes, all those scenes, or all those conversations, or all those experiences in their life were preparing them for that one ultimate purpose, so that they can do their purpose. So they will design their life in such a way so that they move forward to their purpose, and they can implement that purpose or mission on the earth for which they came on to. Okay, so I hope you are clear now. So these beings are called Rishi Resha ascended masters. So these Rishi Resha ascended masters, they have already completed their awakening ascension journey, but then they have a specific mission or purpose on earth. That's the reason why they are out of the 15-dimensional time matrix. They are not in the 15-dimensional time matrix anymore, because they've already exited that 15-dimensional time matrix long back in the previous incarnations. So everybody have to go through the 15-dimensional time matrix process, and when somebody completes that 15-dimensional time matrix matrix processes, they're out of this universe. Okay, so one universe containing a 15-dimensional time matrix. If you did not listen to my 15-dimensional time matrix video, go listen to that first, because it will give you a lot of clues about what I'm saying here. So if some soul have already finished the journey of the 15-dimensional time matrix, they're out of the 15-dimensional time matrix, and they are not from this universe anymore. They are from the multiversal level, multiversal beings. So these multiverse beings, when they are again choosing to enter into the 15-dimensional time matrix or enter into our universe, what they will do is they are design their life in such a way, and they will, what these multiverse beings, they will directly enter into the 15-dimensional time matrix, into the Rishi Resha identity of consciousness, and from there they will operate, and their entire journey, they will entire life, they will try to understand themselves. They will try to have questions like who they are, what they are here for, and why these all unnecessary troubles and narcissistic people are back of them. All these things they will understand in their journey. So what they are doing is they have exited that 15-dimensional time matrix long back. They are not this universal beings, they are multiversal beings. Okay, these beings are multiverse beings, and they are coming from multiverse. They are not coming from one universe. So these multiversal beings, they have the knowledge of multiverse. They just don't play in the universe. They are like playing in the multiversal level. Okay, because these beings are not universal beings. They are not from this universe. They are like from multiverse. It's like some foreigner is coming to your home. Okay, it's like that. So these foreigners who are coming into your home, for them it will be more painful, because they are foreigners. At the end of the day, they are foreigners, right? They are not from this universe. They are from multiverse, and they are coming into your universe. And for them it will be like more new, and for them they'll have so many adjustment problems on Earth, and it will be very difficult for them to ground on Earth. And sometimes they can feel like suicidal, and they cannot ground themselves on Earth. They can feel like a black sheep. All these people, all these things, starseeds will also feel. Okay, starseeds will also feel. They are not exceptional. But these beings who are coming from multiverse, for them it will be more deeper pain. They will have a lot of pain. They cannot like ground here on Earth, and after coming here they will forget about why they came here, and they will be like, oh God, why you have thrown me, something like this, why you have thrown me onto the Earth. They will be like cursing God also, because they don't know, they forgot. They themselves have chosen, maybe, or God has sent them, but then they have forgot it, and they are like they feel very much challenging and struggling to survive on Earth, and difficult to survive on Earth. So that's why they will have a lot of root chakra issues, survival issues. They will have a lot of problems on Earth. In spite of that, they have to in their own journey, when they reach to a certain level, they will understand the game. They will understand, this is what is happening with them, and this is why they have these kind of problems. So these are like a multiversal beings. So that's why you might have noticed in my videos, I've always talked about the multiverse. So these multiversal beings, these beings who are coming from the multiverse, they have the knowledge of multiverse. So once they reach the Rishi identity of consciousness, and ascended master of the identity of consciousness, when they move to the advanced level of their awakening journey, they will travel to their so many other things in the other universes also. They will travel, and also they will get the information that from that universe also from multiverse to here on Earth, and they will, from the multiverse, they will get the information, and they will anchor that information and ground that information here on Earth. That is also one of the purpose of the multiversal beings. Okay, so this is also one of the purpose, because the more they awaken, the vessel expands, and the astral traveling, and all the things they can travel more far. Okay, they can travel further. And for example, if you are doing like astral traveling, I made an entire series about astral travel. Do watch it, because that is also very important. So the astral traveling also changes for them. So maybe they will travel in this one universe before, if they are the universal beings, so they will just go to small places. When they begin the astral traveling, they just go beside the house or some nearby temple, etc., or some nearby place or location, or nearby city or nearby country, something like that, when somebody does an astral travel. But these beings who are multiversal beings, they can travel into different universes. They can travel in this universe also. So it's, for them, it's like a universal level of travel. The more they embody, the more the vessel opens up, the more traveling, the more psychic abilities, all the things are like more expansion. Because universe is always expanding. Universe is not just one universe. We don't have one universe. We have like a multiverse. Okay, so many universes woven together and hold it together by Lalita Tripura Sundari. Okay, and somebody who is understanding Lalita Tripura Sundari also, they are like, Lalita Tripura Sundari is not from this universe, she is like multiverse goddess, right? So somebody who is like resonating more and want to know Lalita Tripura Sundari more is, or naturally knowing Lalita Tripura Sundari more, is also an indication that they are a multiversal beings, they are not from this universe. So stories of this universe are different, and stories of the Lalita Tripura Sundari and Sri Vidya are also different, because those stories and those things which are associated with the Lalita Tripura Sundari, that is a multiversal story. Okay, they're so same things, like a same gods can also be we are having the same gods here also in our universe, but the gods who are at the level of Lalita Tripura Sundari, they are different, they are multiversal gods, and the gods who are in the our universe, they are different. For example, they are like a Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh here in our universe, and the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh who operate at the level of Lalita Tripura Sundari, they are different from the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh which are operating at our universal level. So our universal Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are different from the multiverse Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. They are different. So their story is different, their concept is different. So many things are different there. Okay. So here we have Samudra Manthan story, and so many other things will happen, and so many gods and all these things. So many things are there. The things which are shown in the TV serials and all those things, maybe that is related to the our universe. But Lalita Tripura Sundari level stories are different, multiversal stories are different, multiversal functions of the gods are also different. Okay, so if she wants me to say all these things on YouTube later in the future, maybe I will say it. Okay, but now you have to understand that the concept of the multiverse and the story of the multiverse and the definitions of the things and the gods of the multiverse are different from the our universe. Okay, so some beings are multiversal beings, they are not universal beings, and these beings carry the information and knowledge of multiverse. They have the capacity of carrying the wisdom of the multiverse, they are worthy of carrying the wisdom of the multiverse, they embody multiverse, they are multiversal beings. And these multiversal beings, when some multiverse beings they come into your universe, then they are like a Rishi Resha ascended master identity of consciousness. So these multiversal beings, they are stepping into Rishi identity of consciousness, and they are doing their purpose. For them, it's like they are like entire life they are just doing one thing, and for their one preparation and so many obstacles only for doing one thing or some one consciousness thing, they will take a lot of, it will take a lot of time for, because their purpose can be like that, their knowledge can be like that, their knowledge is multiversal knowledge, their purpose can be different, their purpose might influence so many people, so you don't know, you never know, right? So for them it's like a preparation training, hardcore training. It will be like, not like a normal training, because you can understand, if somebody is doing graduation, their homework will be different, their lab practicals will be different. Somebody is doing PG, their lab practicals will be different. Somebody who is doing a PG, they're also teachers for the juniors, they're also, they do themselves learning so many other things, they're also researchers. So for them, a lot of other things also they will go through a lot of additional extra things. Okay, so like that, it will they will function, and they have to operate, and they will be trained for that. Okay, so this is all about the multiverse concept and the purpose. And when you see the purpose of the Rishi, and this will happen when they integrate the Rishi identity of consciousness, Rishi Resha identity of consciousness, and when they integrate it, and slowly they will understand the purpose. It's not like one go in one night, you are like eyes open, you are got the purpose, you know the purpose, you know why you came here or not. No, it will not happen like that. It's like in bits and pieces and packets, you will awaken to the consciousness, or awaken to that purpose which you have to do here on earth. In one go, you will not be clear of that purpose. For example, there can be one movie, and the entire plot of the movie will be at the end, and entire twist of the movie. In entire movie, there will be so many twists and turns and plots, and going here, going there, and finding small clues, bits and pieces here and there, and ultimately in the climax, the entire bits and pieces and entire dots will connect, and that entire dots will lead to, or will point to one thing, right? So same like that, you might not instantly know what you are here to do for, or what you are here to came for. Slowly in bits and pieces and dots, you will have the idea, or you will be doing the things, and then in the end of the journey, you will be connecting all those dots, and in the end of the journey, you will understand, okay, this is what you are here to came for, or maybe at the time when you are doing that, and you might realize and understand when you do that, right? So till that point, you will be awakening and going through lot of purposes, and like for example there can be one ultimate purpose, and there is like so many other purposes, small purposes. By doing one by one you will reach to the ultimate purpose. So entirely you will not go directly to the ultimate purpose. In between you might have be doing so many other things. For example, you might have a purpose of doing the YouTube videos, or sharing content, knowledgeable content, or being an ascension teacher, or you are also writing a book, or you are also doing something for the humanity as a social worker, or you are also doing your profession, some all these kind of things. So small things you are just adding up, and then you are realizing all small purposes are also teaching you for that ultimate bigger purpose which you are going to do. It can happen like that. So when you see in the olden time periods or olden timelines, what these rishis they usually do, they are like share knowledge. They share all the different things which nobody have shared before. Like I told you, like new things, I was like little bit hesitating, like should I tell this or not, and on the internet, because it was all new for me myself. Okay, so all this information was very new, all this content was very new for me. So it was what, like I took little time to digest this fact, and then I was able to speak about that, right? So same like that, many rishi beings in the previous timelines, if you notice, they did something which nobody have ever done. For example, just to make help you understand it more clearly, let's take the example of sage Shushruta. So sage Shushruta, he is the first ultimate, like that kind of a rishi. Every rishi have their own speciality. Some rishi can be very good at astrology, and this particular rishi is the one who brought the astrology onto the earth. So it can be like that. Or some rishi can be a like a highly knowledgeable mathematician, and this rishi is who brought the maths onto the earth, which is a very difficult subject, right? Or they can be and hats of those rishis who are like a maths teachers. Really, they are like, I feel it very complicated. Like I am very scared of maths. So they can be some rishis, okay, who are like, for example, Shushruta. He is the first surgeon. He is the first surgeon. I don't know if there are some other surgeons before him, but I know like Sushruta is my starting point. Beyond that, if there are any, you can comment in the comment section below. So just take it like an example. Don't take it literally or bash me. So here he is the first surgeon. So he gave surgery to the humanity, and later, because of the Sushruta's knowledge and the scriptures and everything, now the modern day medicine and all these things got developed later in the future generations. But then the starting point was Sushruta. He was the one who have done the surgery and all these things, right? So these rishis are those beings who bring new things onto the earth. So now before Sushruta, it's like there's one god who is like a doctor god, who is Dhanvantri. Okay, the Dhanvantri god, when Samudra Manthan was happening, Lord Vishnu took the form of Dhanvantri, and he's like a doctor, and he's also a surgeon. He have the knowledge of surgery, and Dhanvantri's knowledge got passed on to the other humanity, and all these things are there. But he's God, right? Dhanvantri is God level kind of a consciousness, and then the Shushruta is Rishi identity of consciousness. So here, like these rishis, sometimes they can directly, with the influence and help of the divine, they can bring out something which is very new for the humanity, and humanity never got this. So they will bring out something which is very new, some new technology, some new way of living, some new way of something which will help humanity. So they can bring out these kind of things. These specifically, if somebody is a rishi identity of consciousness, they will bring something new onto the table. Okay, so they will bring something new onto the earth. So they will embody it, and they will anchor those things onto the earth. So they can bring new concept, new knowledge. They can write such a very nice book that nobody have wrote such kind of a book ever before, and that book is helping so many generations together. For example, if Sushruta you take, and he is a surgeon, and he is like a doctor, and his information and knowledge is now also it is like helping in some or the other way. So he is like, now also Ayurvedic doctors, they always like pray to Sushruta, and then Dhanvantri also, and their knowledge, they will like their whatever they have done is a base for everything which have ever been done or created further in the future generations. So it's like they have become the base, they have become the foundation for everything which is coming in the future. So they can create new foundations, they can be completely bringing out some new knowledge. For example, they can be some kind of a rishi who wrote some kind of a book, they are the author of some kind of a book, and they wrote that book in such a beautiful and a good way that nobody ever wrote such kind of a book, and that book can help millions and millions of people even in after so many generations, even after so many yugas. Okay, so it can be that powerful if they create something though that can be remembered for so many yugas and so many lifetimes. It can be that powerful and it can be that informative. So that is like a caliber of rishi identity of consciousness. So what I mean to say is they bring something new, they bring something which is very innovative, which is very much will be useful for the humanity. So their purpose can be of like that, their purpose can be similar to like that. Okay, so these rishis are like that. So there is also a sage Vishwakarma. He's such a good architect that you might have heard in the so many stories that Vishwakarma is there, he is the architect of gods, and if gods want something they always call Vishwakarma, and Vishwakarma will help in he'll do some architecture which will create something nice for the gods and all these things. So somebody who is carrying the DNA, so some people they can be having the DNA and genes of certain kind of a rishi. For example, there is some kind of a soul who are high, like high. I'm just giving the example here just for me to make you understand. It can be real also. Okay, you never know. It can be real also. So somebody who have the potential and who are carrying the DNA template and gene codes of particular kind of a rishi. So they have the grace and blessings of that rishi, they can create something which is very much marvelous, and they can do some kind of a temple architecture which nobody have done before, and which can be so innovative, so beautiful, and so creative that it is remembered for ages. Okay, they might not be like a, they can be the descendants of Vishwakarma, they can be like a carrying the gene codes of Vishwakarma, or they can be carrying the gene codes of Shushruta, or they can be carrying the gene codes of some famous Rishi astrologer, or they are very good at astrology that nobody is like that ever before, never before, ever after like that. So they can be they can be the descendants of those rishis, or they can be descendants of those lineage also, or they can be having the gene codes of that rishi or that lineage also. So this can happen. Very much possible if humanity is waking up to their DNA levels and potentials. Yeah, it's might happen. All these things might happen. So it's for making it. Why I told you all this is to make you help you understand how the DNA and genes work. Okay, so somebody is carrying the DNA, soul DNA of some personality archetype, or some kind of a divine being. So they have the knowledge and potential of that divine being, or that divine energy, or that divine sage also, so that divine rishi also. So these rishis, they bring out such things, they perform such things, they give some kind of a knowledge to humanity, they do some kind of a good work for, so that it can be beneficial for the humanity at large. So whatever they do something which is helping the collective at large. So they like work something, the purpose is something which is uplifting the collective, uplifting the collective consciousness. It's not just one or two person, they are influencing the whole humanity at large. They are influencing, they are like bringing a lot of change and transmutation onto the earth. A lot, their contribution to the earth's transformation and transmutation, or bringing the light onto the earth, is lot. Okay, proportion of light onto the earth is a lot. So that's the reason why I told you they have a lot of responsibility. So they can be so many different types of rishis now. So here they can be some rishis who do some kind of a purpose and can become very famous. Okay, they become famous, and most of them know, and humanity remembers humanity remembers them for eternity, like that. And they can be some other rishis who are very hidden, very secretive, who are very gupt, and nobody knows about them, but the contribution is like a lot to the welfare of all the souls in the multiverse. So always it doesn't have to be like they should be well known and they should be famous rishis. No, they can be some other rishis, like nobody even knows them, nobody knows their name, nobody in the history knows their name, but still they contribute a lot to the humanity. Only they know, or the divine knows about them. But for them, it's not. For them, it's not. They don't seek fame and name. They are not like nowadays. Like people don't do. People always do things for publicity, right? They want to be viral. They want to be public. They want to have more publicity. They want to become famous. They'll do all sorts of nonsense to be famous. All kind of tactics to be famous, right? So these olden days people are not like that. The genuine rishis, the genuine people are who are actually serving the divine, or who are actually serving their purpose. For them, they are not bothered about the fame and name and all these things. They just do the work and they just leave. Okay, even if nobody is knowing them, they don't care. They just are very much focused on what is the task is given to them, and they perform the task. They do the work, they do the purpose, and they leave. Nobody even knows them. Nobody is bothered about them. They're not bothered about anything. They're just like, they're very detached. They don't care about anything else. They just want to do whatever they are here to came for, and they do that work and they go off, and nobody even knows them. So it's like that. And then there are some rishis who are like you have seen in the olden stories and mostly movie tvs and tv serials and all these movies. And there are some rishis who are also the teachers of the gods. There are so many rishis in every yuga. The Vishnu comes and he takes different avatars, and he's under some rishi. So always you can see that in Ram avatar also he's under some rishi, and he's learning all the things from the rishi. In the Krishna avatar also some rishi is there, and they go to Gurukul, the gods. And always there are so many divine beings, they incarnate and they go to Gurukul. They are under some rishi, they learn some things under the rishi. Okay, all these things will happen. So these rishis, they are like a teachers of the divine also. Sometimes when the divine wants to incarnate as a humans, so they have like that much like all. And also divine also whenever they are in some kind of avatar, even they are divine beings, they move on with the journey, and they go to the process of becoming the divine and embodying the avatar self, or embodying the divineness within them. They always respect the rishis. They treat the rishis as the teacher. Okay, so always and always you have to learn this, that they are all the, even the gods have so much respect for the rishi, because they are like a very knowledgeable. They are like they live in the jnana loka, so they are like a very, and tapas loka. So they are like a rishi also have a separate realm, rishi plane. Okay, all different kind of names are there. So we'll talk about that all later. But this is simply we can say rishi realm or rishi plane. Okay, so they live in the rishi plane. So all these gods and goddesses also, they give a lot of importance to the rishi identity of consciousness. They respect the rishi identity of consciousness because they are the wisdom keepers. So they are the wisdom keepers. All the books and all the knowledge and all the library and everything are like they are like have everything whatever they have, they want to have, and they spend a lot of time in the tapasya. This is the very important thing. So in olden times you can see so many stories and so many serials. There you'll get an idea about this, that so many stories revolve around some kind of rishi and a gurukul and a rishi ashram and all these things. So if you want to have more idea, you can watch so many serials and movies are available. You can watch that. So one more important thing is of the rishi identity of consciousness is they do a lot of tapasya and meditation, not more than other people, other identity of consciousness. Even after you get into the rishi identity of consciousness, as I told you previously, I thought okay, rishi identity means you just have to give jnana to everybody and your work is over. No, but rishi identity of consciousness also means you do a lot of tapasya meditation for hours together. Now your work is increased. Now you have the you are just not meditating for yourself. You are just you are meditating to for the benefit of humanity, that your meditation is also helping humanity. It's not like you are meditating and you do for something. No, it's like you are meditating and you're bringing in that high frequency within you, and that high frequency from above is pouring onto you, and it is also transmitting and transmuting and in entire densities, and it is transmitting on the earth, right? So you are wantedly divine will keep you in such situations where you have to do a lot and lots of meditation and tapasya. You have to be so in your solitude, you have to be in your work, and for hours together you have to do for so many months and years. All these things will happen if you are a rishi identity of consciousness, and you can see yourself in your previous lifetimes also, that the entire lifetime you have been just doing tapasya. I saw myself that some lifetimes I've just dedicated for like in entire meditation only I've done nothing. I've just focused so much on 5D and meditation and tapasya and all these things. So this is also a sign where you are a rishi identity of consciousness. So you have to do a lots and lots of tapasya. Other people will think you are mad or what. Always you people do a lot of tapasya and all these things, but then rishis does that. You can see in the serials and movies also, there are so many rishis who always do some kind of a tapasya, who for years and years and years and years they just do the tapasya and all these things. The Valmiki who wrote the Ramayana, he also like a meditated for so and at the end of his story, for so many years, and at the end of the story, he wrote the Valmiki Ramayana, which is the first Adi Kavya, the Ramayana, the first poem in the entire history, right? So how he was able to do that? He did a lot of tapasya. So this is also one of the point where the rishis do the thing which rishis do. There are so many other purposes. I think for as of now, this is enough. And these are all the works which rishis do. So if you want to add anything, you can add in the comment section below. Until then, keep doing your inner work, do your DNA activations, hit that notification bell, like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagat Raksha Shri Matre Namaha.